Hello and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. For the day, we're going to go into the post-match reaction of Celtic 3, Aberdeen 3, after extra time. Celtic going through to the Scottish Cup final on penalties. So, what a game it was. Great game, great action, great entertainment. Aberdeen put up a good fist of it, so fair play to them. We've got John here to go over everything. How are you, John?
Aye, all good, Zander. Exceptionally good after that. That's us into yet another final. So it's still on for the double, which is good. A really good game, by the way. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was a good game, but it was also very nervy for us Celtic supporters, going all the way into penalties as well. So let's get into the game, John, right away. In fact, before we get into the game, let's get all the housekeeping out the road, John, first. We'll get that out the road nice and early. If you can hit the like and subscribe and share button, please, that would be appreciated. Hit the like button, share and subscribe. And join us on the Facebook page as well, Celtic Forever Facebook page. If you could go over there, and it's called Xander John. So just type in Xander John, that's the Facebook page name, and you'll see some extra videos, some more content, stuff we can't usually put on YouTube, you'll find over on the Facebook page as well. So have a wee look over there and see what we're up to over on the Facebook page as well, Xander John Facebook page. This week's competition, nobody won it because nobody guessed 2-2 and nobody guessed 3-3 after extra time either. So unlucky everybody to enter the competition, and we'll quickly run through next week's competition. We're looking for the correct score again in the Dundee versus Celtic game next Sunday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Looking for the correct score, one guess each, everybody, and it's a chance to win the Celtic Forever Legends frame print, which is Henrik Larsson frame print, the Celtic Forever logo Zippo lighter, and the Celtic Forever logo ballpoint pen in the box set. So that's your choice of prize for next week. If you can guess the correct score, more than one correct entry goes to a draw. Okay, let's park that, John. Let's get into the day's game because we've got a lot to get through, an awful lot to get through, a lot of action. So the game kicks off, John. A beautiful sunny day, wasn't it? What a gorgeous day it was for a game of football.
Aye, it was a beautiful day. Pity it wasn't the final, wasn't it? It was just because that'd have been one of the classic finals, I think. It's a big result for Celtic, innit? I know we're well on the track for the double now, so we'll hand it over to Hearts, see if they can put out Sefco, and I don't know. Whatever team we play in the final, it's going to be some final, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be tough whether it's Rangers or Hearts. It's going to be, look at Aberdeen today, sit third bottom in the league, and look at the performance they put in against us. So the team sitting second or third are going to be into the final with us. So whoever it is, they're going to give us a very tough game. But that's a way down the line, John. We'll have a wee touch on the other semi-final a wee bit later in the podcast. But let's go through the game. 2 minutes gone. Majowski scores within 2 minutes, John. We're 1-0 down. Defence is posted missing. And it's Majowski, John, the big Aberdeen striker, who puts them 1-0 up. Decent wee finish. But defence posted missing early on, John. So obviously we're just trying to feel our way into the game early doors.
Aye. Look, it was a nice through ball for Clarkson, so he just fed it through. Perfect pace on it for Majowski to run into the crowd and celebrate as if he'd won the World Cup yet again against us. He always does it, Majowski, doesn't he? He scores against Celtic, he's right into the crowd and gets himself a booking or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think he ran into the crowd, did he? Was that no the other guy that scored that ran into the crowd? I can't remember. I think they all ran into the crowd after they scored.
But the other guy that looks like Majowski, Sukler.
The Sukler, aye.
Sukler. They don't look the exact same, didn't they?
Sukler and Majowski, they have a similar look, didn't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, same build as well, same sort of physical build as well. So anyway, they're 1-0 up after 2 minutes, John. But it was nice and early, so there was plenty of time to come back into the game, turn it around. I had every confidence we were going to do that. So 5 minutes gone, Yang, free header, 3 yards out, John, headers it over the bar. A great chance to level the game in the 5th minute, but he misses his chance. It's a header over the bar. 12th minute, we've got a shot from Kyogo. And it's a long pass for Scales, John. A beautiful pass for Scales from his own half. right through to Kyogo, and he sort of takes his time on it, hits the shot, and the keeper gets a hand to it. So that was another chance to level it, squandered, if you like, John.
Aye, but quite a lot of chances leading up to the equaliser. I don't think Celtic were really bad today. I don't think they were. Obviously, we were far from our best today. But they had chances to. I've just got the highlights to know, and by the way, and these Aberdeen players are running into their fans every time they score. Were they no booked for that?
I think one of the players was booked. I think it was the big guy we were talking about. It's Sukler, is it, that plays for them? I think he got booked for one of his celebrations, John. But at one point, I saw every single Aberdeen player in amongst the crowd. So,
Aye. The only,
you know,
unfortunately, it's only the scorer that gets booked for that though. But no, Sockler
yeah,
did do it because I watched the highlights and noticed it 3 each, and Sockler definitely. No, Sockler, his name is. He definitely ran into the crowd. But I'm just watching sorry, I'm getting distracted with the highlights there. So Miovski scores the first one, tells the Celtic fans to shut up. But I says you can't be premature with this stuff. You know, it's only 2 minutes into the game, and he's telling the Celtic fans to shut up.
yeah. Well,
Don't want him at Celtic anyway. I know you fancied him at Celtic, but me personally, nah, it's not for me.
I think I've got a better striker there just now, John, and big Adam Eder, although he was wasteful today as well. But that's a way down the line, John. We're only in the start of the first half here. 20th minute, McGrath, the young player for Aberdeen, refuses to shake Kyogo's hand because he didn't get a free kick at the edge of the box. So he refuses the hand of Kyogo. So no sportsmanship whatsoever for these Aberdeen players today, John.
It's disgusting doing that because look, all these Japanese players that we have got, every one of them are all gentlemen. They all, apart from Maida, he doesn't do all that. Make sure the players are right. He just doesn't care. But the rest of them, Kyogo, Iwata, and Hatate, they're all gentlemen. You know, they always make sure the players are all right. They always hang about and make sure they're all right and all that. So
Yeah.
for a guy like that, disgusting behaviour to refuse somebody's hand to a gentleman is just an idiot, basically. And I seen Celtic doing that. Celtic had later on in the game, Celtic gave the ball back to them after they refused to give the ball back to us.
That's right. Going to get to that in a wee minute, John. I noticed that as well. It's just two different levels into it, I suppose. When you look at that, it's quite annoying. 21st minute, we get an equaliser. It's Kyogo through and goal, John, and he tries to hit it. I was actually hoping that Kyogo would bury it, but after this McGrath refusing to shake his hand, it was in the next minute. Kyogo, he fluffs his shot, it breaks off the defender, straight to the foot of Kuhn, and he knocks it into the empty net, John, for about 16 yards out, and that's the equaliser, 1-1. A wee bit of relief at that point.
Aye, that's what I'm saying. Guys like Miovski telling the Celtic fans to shut up. 10 minutes later, these goalkeepers picking it out of the net. So, you know, a nice wee finish for Nicholas Kuhn, by the way. Very composed. Just couldn't miss, really, could he?
No. Right place, right time, wasn't it?
Aye.
So we move on, puffing and puffing, both teams going at each other, mistakes getting made all over the park. Well, quite wasteful today, I thought, Celtic, but we'll get to that because we'll round off this first half. The 35th minute, Aberdeen, as you say, you know, Aberdeen players down injured, John. Celtic knock it out for a throw in for this boy to get treatment, lying in the middle of the park. Play resumes, and Aberdeen don't throw the ball back to Celtic. Absolutely no sportsmanship there whatsoever.
Well, Aberdeen weren't there to make friends today, were they? Let's put it that way. If that's the way you want to look at it, they weren't there to make friends. They made that obvious. No sportsmanship, no nothing. Very, very poor from them. And we both like Aberdeen as a team, didn't we? But I think after the day, they've went down in my estimation after that behaviour.
Yeah, we like them as a team, John, because they put in a battle and effort against Rangers, whereas most of the teams in our league don't. So that's why we have a wee soft spot for them, because they always give Rangers a decent game, as well as Celtic. Not just Rangers, they give Celtic a decent game as well, as today proved. But the lack of sportsmanship today was unbelievable. But we'll move on, John. 30th minute, McGregor shot over the bar, powder puff effort, over the bar, but 10 yards over the bar, for about 25 yards out. So wasteful effort there for Callum. He's obviously not 100% fit yet, is he, John?
No, I thought he was quite poor the day, Callum. There's need to give him time to get up to speed. He's no the youngest of players now, but he's 31, Callum.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe take him a wee bit longer to get over these injuries, Ander, but he definitely wasn't at the races today.
No, as were a few of the players, John, but we'll get to the scoring. We will get to that. There's a few of our players didn't turn up today. When it comes to these big games, finals, semi-finals, John, and important league games, we need everybody to turn up. We can't afford a lacklustre first half performance like that in the running in this league title, can we?
No, but I think that's different, isn't it? It's a Scottish Cup semi-final. Both teams are, look, they're in for the lot. Both teams want to win that game the day there. We've seen that.
The second half kicks off, and this boy Suckler comes on. He's a decent player. Don't know if it's Suckler or no. We'll call him Suckler anyway, but we know who we're talking about.
It's
And
Sockler.
Suckler, whatever, John. Sockler, we'll call him Sockler then, right?
Nice.
And Junior Hoylett both come on for them. And I think both of them are decent players, John. I thought that they made a big difference for Aberdeen when they came on.
Aye, they did. Hoylett hit the side net. He was unlucky there. Just bad finishing, right enough. But he should have been doing better with that. But Sockler, I thought he added a lot more than, is it Hoylett? His name is. I thought Sockler added a wee bit more than that. He's very similar to Miofsky, isn't he?
Yeah, very similar style of player as well, John. So 50 minutes gone, free kick for nothing. Free kick for Aberdeen for absolutely nothing in the 50th minute. So still these refereeing decisions are no great, John. But we'll not touch on the referee today because it was too good a game to go on about the referee, wasn't it? But again, Aberdeen players going down for nothing. Celtic players are getting cropped and just getting up and walking away. So that's the kind of thing that were happening at Hampden today. Celtic make their first few subs. Yang off, McGregor off, Forrest on, Iwata on, John. Yang came off, John. I hadn't even mentioned them yet. That's how much an influence that Yang had in the game today.
Aye, he was poor, wasn't he, Yang? I think the whole team were poor in the first half, really. But Yang had made no impact in that game whatsoever. It's like we were playing with 10 men.
Yeah, John, that's right. It was nothing against the boy. He just wasn't up for it today. Neither was Taylor, and we can mention a few more, but we'll get to that in the scorings, John. But within a minute, we go ahead, John. Within a minute, making these substitutions, we go ahead. And it's the two subs that combine. Iwata, Leo for James Forrest, outside the box. He does one of the wee darting runs that he likes to do, doesn't he? And he fires it low into the right-hand side of the net. 2-1 Celtic, John. Brilliant goal for young James Forrest.
Oh, it was a wee stunner, aye. You've seen him score a few like that, Jamesy Forrest. He tries to be too fancy, I think, sometimes, Forrest, with his finishing, didn't he? You know, try to hit that one that later on he hit with outside his boot and that. But that was a lovely finish, that. Just put that away for the keeper. For about 20 yards out. Keeper stretching. Roos, no chance. Beautiful finish for Forrest.
Brilliant goal, yeah. So the next incident, John, I want to bring up because this really annoyed me. A yellow card for Kuhn for a slight tug on a jersey, right? So the referee pulls it back and gives Kuhn the yellow card. The same minute, John, the 65th minute, Kyogo is through in goal and he gets pulled back. He's through in goal and he gets pulled back. Same jersey, pulled back, stops the break of play. No yellow. Don Robertson, what's going on?
Robertson's the ref, isn't he? So, what are you expecting?
Yeah, I didn't really like going about referees today, John, but that's the same foul in the same minute. One gets a yellow card and one doesn't.
Aye, there was a lot worse things going on than that the day that wasn't penalised. But you're right to highlight it. It was a poor decision to book Coonan. I was saying that. I think it might have been a yellow card for Coonan. He's pulled the guy back.
It is a yellow card, John. That's not what I'm saying. But why is the Aberdeen player?
Aye, where's the consistency?
But that's Kuhn at the game. Yet again, another yellow card. He doesn't kick the ball after that. So it does make a big difference, John. He's booked for a slight tug And this drag back on Kyogo, this wasn't a slight tug, it was drags him back while he's on the counter attack, John. The Aberdeen defence was stretched here. No yellow. Celtic do get the free kick, but no yellow for the exact same foul. I just don't understand that, John. I don't understand that. Next efforts, Forrest, John, with the time in the box. He's got the time in the box. He tries to control it. 72nd minute, but the young Connor Barron gets back and blocks the shot and goes out for a corner. I think young James should have buried that.
Aye, James has no got the legs for that kind of stuff. We Connor Barron's like a wee whip it into, he's whipping away at your heels, like a wee snapping at your heels, sorry, like a wee whip it.
Yeah.
James Forrest doesn't get the legs to compete with that anymore. So my dad sent me a text message and says James Forrest looked knackered after his goal. He was on loan for 2 minutes.
He's not a lot of game time for us, but you're right. He didn't have as much time as I thought. He should have hit the shot first time. That would have been the game finished at 3-1, but he fluffed his lines. So well done to Connor Barron for a good bit of defending there, John. 75th minute, Ida on, Kyogo off, the big man comes on. So it gives us a wee bit more physical presence up top. 77th minute, I noticed, John, we had hundreds of possession, efforts on goal, but we were very wasteful the last 20 minutes, weren't we?
Aye. They didn't play. They had a good. The second half was pretty good for the first 25 minutes of the second half, I thought. But there was a spell in the game Celtic were just walking about like they were playing nobody, and suddenly it's turned around in a flash again.
Yeah.
It was just a weird game.
It was a strange game, wasn't it? 78th minute, shot for Forrest, powder puff again, 18 yards out, straight at the goalkeeper. So we're still at 2-1 at this point to Celtic, John. We're in the 80th minute, and then we've got this Hoylett, Junior Hoylett, through the goalkeeper, John. He's only got the goalkeeper to beat. This is the one you were talking about earlier, and he hits his shot wide. We were lucky there, John, that this boy hit that shot wide, because that should have been rattled into the net, I thought.
Aye, side net and take that all day, right enough. I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, definitely, John. And then we've got a Stramash in the box as well. Carter Vickers clearance off the line, John. So they're threatening at this point, Aberdeen, aren't they? That's a couple of chances in the last 5 minutes. Stramash, big Vickers off the line, great defending. Remains at 2-1 at this point.
I like the old Stramashes in the box. They're quite good, aren't they? You don't know what's going to happen. It's good when it's at the other end, right enough. No, the Celtic goal. That Joe Hart's kick, he came out and flapped at it, didn't he? And then he's on the ground, he's tried to have a kick at it, and then shots came in, and Vickers has cleared it off the line.
Yeah, it was good defending, I thought, because we kept them out. Still 2-1, John. There's only 4 minutes to go at this point, so you're thinking that's us into the final. But a couple of substitutions, John, and this is what I thought about Brendan. I thought he should have just kept it the way it was. I thought he should have kept Hatate and Kuhn on, but he takes both of them off, brings on Palmer, who was pretty bad today, by the way, John. But he brought Palmer on. I know he's not had much game time. He brought Bernardo on. A couple of substitutes there. I thought that's what brought Aberdeen into the game, because I thought we weren't quite ourselves once Hatate went off and Kuhn, John.
Nah, they took all the best players off. That's when Celtic lost it. Started to lose it. You know, the possession and all that, the kind of free flowing side at once. You make all these subs, that just kills the game. I think it's very hard for teams to, dominate when it's just fresh players that's all came on. I've never liked that. Make a couple of subs, I think that's enough. Unless you're not going to make a third one or whatever,
Yeah, that's it. And within 2 minutes, they've equalised, John. Within 2 minutes of making these substitutions, Aberdeen have equalised. Palmer, just on the park, gives the ball straight to an Aberdeen player, knocks it out to Junior Hoylett, and a great cross for this boy Hoylett, John. Straight to the head of Sockler. Puts the ball in the net. Joe Hart, no chance, 2 each, 90th minute. 94th minute of extra time, or the 4th minute of extra time, if you like. 94th minute. The very man we're talking about, Sockler, clean through in the goalkeeper, John, and it hits his shot wide. Again, a great chance for Aberdeen to go ahead, but they didn't, so we can only thank our lucky stars. John Sockler unlucky again. This big guy looks decent.
Was he out of the crowd by then? Because he ran away out of the crowd, didn't he, for about 20 minutes? After scoring his goal.
Aye, when he scored, aye.
You know what I mean? Jumping into the crowd and all that.
He had to get a taxi back, didn't he? So he's...
Aye. What's that, you know, celebrating like that, running into your crowd. You haven't won anything yet. Do that when you're going to win, like last minute, injury time or something. I keep saying it. Don't do that if you've no, you know, it doesn't really mean anything. There's still time to go.
Yeah.
Then again, I suppose he's stoked his team for going out the cup, and he's got them into extra time, I suppose.
We go ahead, John. 6 minutes of extra time, go ahead, and it's Matt O'Reilly. And it's cut back for Alistair Johnston. He played okay the day, Alistair. But a cut back from the line, the old cut back. And Mac, beautiful first touch, lovely wee first touch, and rattles into the top right hand side of the net. 3-2 Celtic.
Aye, that was a nice finish from Matt O'Reilly, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
I like the fact he knows what he's doing there. He puts it up high to give nobody a chance of getting to it, you know. I thought it was a great wee finish from Matt O'Reilly.
Yeah, beautiful goal. Puts us ahead, John, in this semi-final. What a game. Up to now, 3-2 Celtic. 9th minute of injury time. Ida clean through, John. He dilly-dallies. And yet again, the defender gets back to clear. We just weren't decisive enough, I thought, with our chances today.
Nah, there's squandered a lot of chances today. That happens every game with Celtic, though.
Mm-hmm. Sure does. A minute later, Ida again, headers the ball into the net, offside, but offside, I suppose. It was a Parma cross, actually, straight to the head of Ida, but he's about half a yard offside, isn't he? So, decent header, but doesn't count.
Nah, nice finish, but he is offside. Half a yard.
Yeah. All right, John, then we get to this penalty that never was for Aberdeen. A chance to put them back to 3 each. And it's Big Vickers who has a kick out of the ball, but the ball's not there. The guy's leg's there. But no penalty is given because it went to VAR. Big Aitken in the VAR, John. Big Greg Aitken, Roy Aitken, feed the bear in the VAR. Doesn't give the penalty. So we can be thankful there, I think.
Aye, we can. We're lucky it wasn't Beaton or Robertson that was on the VAR.
Yeah. Do you think it was a penalty?
No, I don't know.
Nah?
No.
Balls away, kicks the guy's leg?
Nah, it's not a penalty.
Nah?
Nah.
All right, John. Last minute of the first half of injury time. Sockler again, wide for a cross. That's 3 chances. He scored 1 and missed 2. So the big man's off target again. So moving on. Early in the second half of extra time, we've got another chance for Bernardo Cross. John, he's no business. He didn't have his shooting boots on the day, Big Ida, did he?
No. Nah. It's hard to come on to a semi-final in a game like that, though. You know, but I don't know. It's hard to explain when you're in a game like that. It wasn't an easy game to be in, Xander, for the players. It was tough for all the players today. It was a battle all over the park.
It was a battle, John, and it was very warm the day as well. You've got to get into account as well. But that doesn't excuse these sitters, if you like, for Big Ida. He should be burying them. He's a good player, Big Ida. I like him. But in a semi-final, when it counts the most, you've got to be burying these chances to put the game to bed. And because it doesn't bury the chances, John, it brings Aberdeen into it. And just before that, we've got the strangest decision I've ever seen in my life. Brendan takes off James Forrest and brings on the Rocky. Within 30 seconds, John, Aberdeen have equalised. And it's another great cross, John. Another great cross for this boy, Hoyle. That's 2 assists for that boy. Straight to the head of the big defender, McDonald. And it's another decent header. It's another decent goal. 5 yards out. 3 each. Last minute of extra time, John. 3 each. You know, you've got your head. You've got your hands in your head your head in your hands at this point, haven't you?
Very similar to the the soccer goal.
Mhm.
Very, very similar. Very.
Yeah,
In fact, they're just a replica.
Yeah, absolutely identical, weren't they? Two great crosses, and these crosses were lovely, by the way. These crosses for this boy Hoyle, lovely. Straight on a sixpence, wasn't it? Both times. You can't really miss. So, two good finishes, two good assists, 3 each, John. Final whistle goes. We're going into penalties.
Aye. McDonald also ran away into the crowd as well, by the way. That's another one that was posted missing for 10 minutes after running into the crowd.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them sick after doing all that. They can look back at that and they can feel what I did. It's know what I mean? What did I do that for? Know what I mean? Back up the road, young mug.
Yeah, but when it went to penalties, what's your automatic thought? Many penalties have Celtic missed this season? That's what I was thinking, John.
Aye, a lot, aye. But no, I wasn't thinking that. Just nerves. It's the penalty shootouts are always nerve-wracking. No matter who you're watching, what the game is, they're always nerve-wracking. Especially when it's Celtic.
All right, let's get to the penalties then, John. And it's very confident penalties getting took by Aberdeen and Celtic. You know, until the 18-year-old steps up for Aberdeen and he misses his penalty. The big centre half misses the penalty. I think he's only 18-year-old. The boy can't remember his name, but he strikes the post, comes off the post, and all Big Joe Hart has to do, Big Russ Abbott, all he has to do is put the ball into the net, and we're into the final. But we know what happens next, John. He misses his penalty. He also hits the post as well. So it goes to sudden death. But that was a strange one, wasn't it? Joe Hart on the penalty.
And very strange. It's just, but like, he took it and he missed it. Not much more we can say, but it's a penalty. But the bamboozling thing is, why is our goalkeeper taking a penalty in a semi-final with a cup? Why, when we've got all the outfield players there, why is a goalkeeper taking a penalty?
That's true, John, because the very next penalty we got was Alistair Johnston, and he rattled it into the net. Beautiful penalty. Absolutely stunning penalty. But I've just thought that was very strange. But we've just got to accept it and move on. So that's an advantage gone. Joe Hart misses a penalty, and then your man Phillips steps up, didn't he? You know, he's got to score to keep Aberdeen in the cup. Big Joe Hart saves the day from villain to hero in the space of 3 minutes, John. Great save. That's Celtic through to the final. Thank you, Big Joe Hart.
That's it. Thanks, Joe. Great save. Doesn't know a man known for saving penalties, by the way, Joe Hart. But he's got us into the final, and thanks, Big Joe Hart. Wee retirement gift for the Celtic fans here.
Absolutely, John. It's the double's still on, isn't it? The double is definitely still on. 3 points clear at the top of the league into the Scottish Cup final. Beautiful, lovely, sunny day. Happy days. Happy days.
Oh, delighted. Aye. That's all the nerves are away now. Can relax, have a wee cup of tea or whatever. Aye. Just glad it's over, Xander. It was just a nerve-wracking game, to be honest with you. My nerves were shattered watching it.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy watch, was it? It was an entertaining game. Obviously, people say for the neutral censor, but who cares about the neutral? It was just an entertaining game, very entertaining for the Celtic fans. So everybody that went along to Hampden today got their money's worth. And we also get the result. So that's all we're looking for, John, is getting Celtic into that final, which brings us on to tomorrow, the second semi-final. Who are we going to be facing in the final? Will it be Hearts? Will it be Rangers? Just a wee quick couple of minutes on that, John. What do you think? How do you think that game's going to go tomorrow? It'll not be anything like the day's semi-final, will it?
Don't know. You don't know what Hearts is going to turn up. This is the thing. If Naismith does an honest job and does his job properly as the manager of Hearts, which he should be doing, then I see Hearts beating him and Hearts getting out of the final. But if he turns up as a Rangers fan, I can only see one winner, and that's Rangers.
Yeah. I keep looking at the comments on this, John, especially on Facebook and on YouTube. There's a lot of comments there as well. The fans are undecided on it, like you and I. Actually, I think Hearts will go there tomorrow and put in a battling performance. I honestly do, and I actually think they'll get into the final. You think that the Rangers supporter Hearts will show up. You know, the Naismith, the Rangers supporter, that Hearts is going to show up. The 5-0 at Ibrox, Hearts is going to show up. And a lot of people think the same, John.
Well, people's all got different opinions. Me personally, I don't really know what Hearts is going to show up. I'm just saying there's a possibility. The Rangers fan, Naismith, will show up, Xander. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. We need to wait and see.
All right. So who do you want in the final, Hearts or Rangers?
Any of them, I'll take any right now. We'll scalp whoever we get, Xander.
I want Rangers. I'm going to put my neck in the line. I want Rangers in the final. I want the last day of the season, already won the league, and then just second their season with a victory in the Scottish Cup final to win a double. That's what I'm looking for. But I like yourself. It doesn't matter. We're into the final. They two have got to battle it out tomorrow to get into the final. We've done our bit, John. We've done the hard work. We are already there.
I don't know. I don't really care. I'd rather it was Hearts in the final because it puts Sefco in a downer for the rest of the season if they get beat. So, and looking at it that way, I'd rather it was Hearts.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. If Rangers get put out the Scottish Cup tomorrow, their heads, I mean, actually the manager's jacket will on a sugar ale if they get put out the cup tomorrow. What's his name? Clements.
I
think his jacket will on a sugar ale, John, if he gets put out the cup tomorrow. Out the cup, trailing in the league after being top of the league for so long and then thrown it away. I think their fans will be asking for his head if they get put out the Scottish Cup tomorrow.
Probably. They're asking for his head against Dundee, so I don't see why they wouldn't be doing it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's true, isn't it? All right, that wraps up the game for the day. It's John. Well done to Celtic. I know it was a bit of a slog, bit of a battle, but we got there in the end, and that's the main thing. Whether we win 6-0 and get to the final or go through in penalties, as long as we're in that final, John.
Exactly. That's it. We're in the final now. We can relax. Chance of the doubles on. I'm happy. Great game as well, by the way.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. It was a good game, but no good for the old blood pressure either, I suppose. All right, John. Let's go through some comments if you've got any lined up for us, John. Any comments?
I'm not going to go marking players, but who was your man of the match, Sander?
That's tough, isn't it? Tough. Oh, you put me in the spot there because I wasn't even thinking of a man of the match.
In fact, let's give a quick markup before we do the comments then. Just a quick markup. Hart kept us in the game and won us the game at the end and had a few bloopers. I'm giving him a 6.
All right.
Because, it was hot and cold today, Joe Hart. He annoyed me at times and then I was proud of him at times. So I'm going to give him a 6 today. Right. Because of that, because of the uncertainty about him. Yeah. Carter Vickers, 8.5. Scales, 4. Taylor, 5. Alistair Johnston, 6. Matt O'Reilly, 5. Carl McGregor, 4. Real Hatate, 7. Kyogo, 6. Yang, 4. And Kuhn, 5.5.
Yes, going with your scores there, John. We know that Aberdeen were there in a semi-final to battle to get into the final. We know that, but I don't think Celtic really turned up the day, did they? Even though we were into the final, we're in the final, and I'm proud of the boys for getting us there. But there was too many,
passengers.
Aye, there was a lot of passengers. Let's go through them. Yang, what was up with Yang today? He couldn't pass wind.
Don't know.
He couldn't get by his man at all.
I don't know. That's why I gave him a 4. Well, he's lucky to get a 4 off of me. By the way, I tell you who else it was. But I don't know what I gave him. Scales. I think I gave him a 4 as well, or a 5. Can't mind. He was brutal the days under. He was absolutely brutal. He lost the 2 goals at the back post.
Yeah, they've got a defence there that lost 3 goals, John, and could have lost more if it wasn't for wasteful finishing for the Aberdeen players. So you're right, the defence was quite poor. Big Carter Vickers was... In fact, let me run through some quick scores. Hart, 7.5, because he got us into the final with that save. Excuse me. Taylor, 4, same as you, John. Alistair Johnston, 6. Scales, 8. Sorry, no Scales. Vickers, 8. Scales, 5. Because he did do a few good things as well. Callum just doesn't fit, so I'm going to give Callum a 5. He tried his best, but he's not quite ready there yet, and he's another couple of games, I think. Matt O'Reilly, very poor. I know he scored a nice wee goal, and fair plays to him, but overall, I thought he was non-existent again. Matt, yeah, so 5 for him. Hatate tried and tried. He was probably one of the best players in the park. 7 for him. Yang 3. Kyogo 7. Done well, the wee man. He's shutting down and etc. It's just the usual for the wee man. And Kuhn had a good first half and started the second half until he was booked and then fell out it. So 6 for him. But even though we are the sort of lower scores, John, we're still in the final, and man of the match is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'll get to Vickers then. I'll get to Vickers.
That's my man of the match. Carter Vickers, thought he was outstanding today. I think he was playing alone there at the back. I think Liam Scales was posted missing, and he was posted missing for the 2 goals that they got at the back post. So that's why I gave him very low marks. I thought he was terrible today. And I'm one that's always praising Liam Scales, but the day he's no different to any other player. He doesn't get any favouritism. I thought he was terrible.
He was quite poor, but what I was bearing in mind is he's just back for that injury, so maybe it was thrown in there, John. Maybe that's just an excuse. I'm not sure, but he did have quite a poor game. So we can only hope that was down to the injury that he picked up, and he's not just quite there yet, and he'll be okay for the Dundee game. All right, John. That's the man. Who did you say, Carter Vickers? Was it? Did you say Carter Vickers? No? Aye, right. Okay. All right, mate. Comments then. Might run through a few comments.
Aye. But the markings were poor for the players. But look, if they don't put in a performance that makes the fans happy, and you could hear the frustration all through the fans today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
That was evident, and that's why as well they're getting poor marks. A couple of positives: Hatate, Carter Vickers, and probably Kyogo. I don't know. Just wasn't a great performance for the whole team, really. But there was a couple of standouts. Anyway,
yeah,
that kind of rounds it off for me. But the comments: Paul McComb, Dundee fined 186,000, but you can throw missiles onto the pitch and get no fine.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad you brought that one up, because Dundee got fined 100 and whatever it was, £80,000 for a waterlogged pitch, totally out with their control. You can't control the weather, but they get £180,000 fine for drawing with Rangers. So thank you, Dundee, for drawing with Rangers. Thank you for that. And what I think Celtic should do, John, I think I left it in the comments, is because £180,000 to Dundee is 2 players for them, right? So why don't we give Dundee a couple of our players that don't get a game on loan for a season, to help them out a wee bit, give them a couple of players. I don't know who it could be, whoever, I don't know. But give them a couple of on loan players for a season to help them out, because I think that is a disgusting decision for the SFA to do that to Dundee after the missiles that were thrown at Ibrox a couple of weeks ago. We've not heard a single word.
Aye. I don't know about giving them a couple of players right enough, but like £186,000 fine is a lot of money, like you say. It's a lot of money for Dundee. It's a lot of money for anybody, But £186,000 to a club that fought to get into the top 6, and that money would have been part of that. And now they've lost it thanks to a lot of log pitch. Like you say, it's out of their hands. Nothing they can do about it. I'm sure the groundsman tried their hardest. But at Ibrox, Matt O'Reilly gets a bottle thrown at him, and the Celtic bench is bombarded with missiles, and nothing happens. Where is the justice in that?
Yeah, I know. It's shocking. Words can't describe what happened in midweek there, John. Them getting that fine, absolutely. What can you say? It's as regards to the on loan players, John. Giving Dundee 2 of our B team players would help them. It would help their progress, and maybe come back as better players for Celtic as well. So yeah, I think giving them a couple of players on loan would be a bonus and would help Celtic in the long run as well. But the decision to fine them is unjustified, John. It's unjustified.
It's totally unjustified. It's like he says, it's out of their hands, and It's the most despicable thing I've read all week in Scottish football. It's Dundee getting fined, and I can guarantee you that's punishment for stopping their beloved Sefco for getting points. That's punishment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's no punishment for a pitch. I don't buy into that. That's punishment for something else. For the SFA, I don't trust that SFA. Any of them in it. It's just a scandalous decision to fine a club like that struggles for money. They get into the top six and now they've lost their money because of a wet pitch. Come on.
Yeah. Can UEFA just step in here and ask the question why you're fining one club for a waterlogged pitch and no fining another for throwing missiles at professional football players and managers? Can UEFA no step in here and ask the question?
They should somebody should step in because it's out of order. Why are they no fining them for a glass log pitch, never mind waterlogged? An object log pitch.
Yeah. Celtic assistant managers with cuts in their head, with objects hitting them for the stands. Despicable. And yet Dundee get quite a hefty fine for a club like Dundee Football Club. 180,000, nearly £250,000, John.
Aye, 186,000. It's a lot. It's a hell of a lot of money, Xander. That could have paid players' wages and all that. That's a lot of money for a team like Dundee. Yet the missile-soaked turf of Ibrox.
As I said, John, it's 2 new players for Dundee. That's their players for next season. Gone. As you said, the turf at Ibrox is covered in missiles. That will look over that. It's despicable, honestly.
Anyway, thanks for your comment, Paul. We'll move on for that, Xander. Everybody's disgusted with that, but we can only highlight it. Tell the Celtic fans what's happening. £186,000 for Dundee having a waterlogged pitch. Yeah. And by the way, thank you again, Dundee. We love you for that, doing that. You might get a result against us at Dens Park, who knows, but for doing that and no lined into them, well done.
Yeah, well done, Dundee, for getting the point that you needed to get you into the top 6. And a chance of Europe, because 5th place gets you into Europe this season. So good luck with Dundee for that. As long as you don't get a point against us next week, as you say, John.
Exactly, aye. But sorry to hear that, Dundee fans. That's bad news there. But anyway, thanks for that, Paul. It was a good comment.
Yeah, good comment.
Michelle Stewart says, thanks, Xander and John, for the get well wishes. The latest scores have been great, but I wish I had motivation to chat on the comments. But I will soon, hopefully. My guess is 2-1 for the Hoops on Saturday against Aberdeen. That was Michelle.
Yeah, she was actually quite close because it was 2-1 right up until the last minute, wasn't it? So Michelle was unlucky there. Last minute equaliser to make it 2 each. So very unlucky, Michelle. Keep your guesses coming in, pal.
I get well soon, Michelle. We wish you all the best there with your health and all that. What's going on there? But I was just hoping for the third goal to get put in to get my prediction right. But that didn't happen.
That's another thing, John. All the wasteful chances we had to make it 3-1. There was a lot there, wasn't there? Like Adam Ida, Kyogo missed a couple, a few other wasteful chances there. It just wasn't to be. So you were unlucky as well, mate.
I got the 3-part right, so did you. You says 3-0, I says 3-1, but none of us were right. Anyway, and don't forget to get to the Facebook page, Xander John on Facebook. That's all you need to type in, Xander John. Mad About Football says 2-0 Celtic.
No, nobody was right, John. Nobody
was right.
No.
Everybody gets a big duck this weekend. And Roseanne also says, at the end of the day, guys, Hearts will be wanting silverware. What do you think?
I just went into that, John. I think I've got a difference of opinion. I think, I could be totally wrong, but I think they'll go out there and battle to get into that final tomorrow. I could be wrong. It could be the Naismith 5-0 at Ibrox that shows up on Sunday. We're just going to wait and see what happens.
We'll wait and see. That's exactly what we'll do. And she also says, I wish the both of them could get beat.
We'll put that down as comment of the day.
Comment of the day. I wish they could both get beat.
Yeah. Good comment, Roseanne. Well said.
Well said, Roseanne. That was a cracker, aye. Always good to hear from you, Roseanne.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would never sell a club. Clement has lost the plot. The plot. Clement, I think I've lost the plot. Clement has lost the plot, and his comments after the Dundee game was hilarious. He said Dundee players mark you all over the pitch and even follow you to the toilet. Well, I never heard these comments, to be honest with you, but it is hilarious.
Yeah, I never heard these comments because I was just happy with the draw. It wasn't interesting what you had to say, but if that's what you said, it's just say, well, welcome to our world. Every game we get it, every single game. So, yeah, you've got to try and play around that, John. We're sort of used to trying to play around that. Not too successfully this season. We've dropped a lot of points this season against the likes of your St Johnstone's, Kilmarnock's, Hearts. Other teams, we've dropped a lot of points because of these teams, 10 men behind the ball. But usually, 90% of the time, we're successful at breaking them down.
Aye, but they're no. They can't handle it. They're no used to it. We are.
They need the teams to give them plenty of space. Nice and spacey.
Nice and spacey, just the way I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, Alan Brewer says Benfica beat them, Xander. That's right. Benfica beat them after getting thumped 6-0 the week before.
That's right. I think we mentioned that anyway, that Benfica beat them, and they also beat Celtic 3-3.
Aye.
The Rangers beat Celtic 3-3, didn't they? But Benfica beat them, Motherwell beat them, Ross County beat them, Dundee drew with them, Celtic drew with them. They've no won a game, but they'll beat Hearts tomorrow. Next comment.
Next comment's Patrick McCauley. This is the last one. It's time the teams in Scotland sued the SFA, VAR and Rangers for outright cheating on penalties for and against. Millions of pounds get them teams together for a big claim.
It's fantasy land, that, isn't it? But he's got his opinions there. It's never ever going to happen. But all the boys pointing out there is there's a lot of dubious penalties given to Rangers, shall we say?
To say the least. But you talk about the SFA and VAR cheats and all that stuff. Look, we've seen that in a couple of games this season. But the SFA fining Dundee £186,000 for following Clement into the toilets. It's no good.
No, well, that's it. That's no great. All right, mate. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Brilliant day for Celtic. Nice, sunny day, beautiful day. Good right to end the day as well. Here Saturday night. Well done to Celtic. Well done to the players. Not a great performance, but enough to get us into that Scottish Cup final in May against either Hearts or Rangers. We'll find out tomorrow who we're up against. Anything to add, John, before we go?
Nah, just grateful that we're through. Happy with that, Xander. That'll do, mate.
Yeah, happy with that. Okay, John, finished 3 each after extra time. Celtic through after penalty kicks. Joe Hart saves the penalty that puts us into the final. Thank you, Joe Hart. Thank you for that. Puts us into the final. We're all happy. We'll have a good Saturday night and we'll catch you in midweek, John. Hail, hail, buddy.
Catch you midweek, Xander. Hail, hail, mate.